receiver comes armed with a weapon to a meeting.
Oh, armed with what?
Armed with a weapon to a meeting.
Oh.
Now, this is an interesting aspect because this brings up a bunch of things. Not only the natural thing we think about, like, hands up, don't shoot, but the fact that there are individuals out there who have restraining orders on somebody who has threatened their life, and they have a carry permit, and they'll have a carry with them. Or we have off-duty police officers, or we have ex-military. We have a lot of individuals who you are not aware of who are probably armed all the time. The catch is most of them, if they've got half a brain, are never gonna let anybody know that they're armed. It's the ones who let you know that they're armed. Those are the ones you gotta be a little more concerned about, and you need to find out why. Now, there are individuals out here, and surprisingly enough, there's more men than women, who are what we call hoplophobic. Literally, they have a phobic fear of weapons. And they'll get cold sweats, they'll get anxiety, and they can't function. And if you have that particular problem, that is not a person you should be switched with, and you would obviously need to have assigned to somebody who's not hoplophobic. It's not your problem. That's a physiologic response, like being afraid of spiders. So, don't worry about it. But the catch is that just because somebody comes with a weapon, whether it has to be a knife or whatever, you can certainly express to them that this makes you very, very uncomfortable. And could you please not bring it next time? Now, they've already been told that by Cheryl anyway, but there are individuals who are dumber than stumps. And you need to bear that in mind.
That's not a check-in statement.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, guys? Go ahead, Miss Jane.
And this actually has happened. This is a situation we had to deal with.
I was like, it's like when you said dumber than stumps, it's like the people who are like, oh, I didn't remember I had a gun in my suitcase when I was trying to go through TSA.
Very switched.
Yeah.
Well, so as a home health nurse, that was before I did Alive. I had a situation where I came to see a patient and I sat down at the couch, and I didn't realize until I was into the conversation with the patient that there is a revolver sitting right next to me on the couch. He's in a chair opposite me, and then underneath on the coffee table, underneath the coffee table, there's like 4 of them.
Oh, goodness.
And he was very calm, very good. He was not, I didn't feel threatened at all. But I was very uncomfortable that there were all these weapons around me. And so what I said to him was, I'm not comfortable with, at the end of my visit, I said, I'm not comfortable with these weapons being here. Do you mind the next time if they could be put away so that I don't have to tell my director that they're here? So I think that that's a very appropriate thing to say, it just makes me uncomfortable if you don't mind, leaving it in your car or whatever. So.
And I think the context is important. How did you become aware that the person is packing heat or, has a machete strapped to their back or whatever? If they come into where you're meeting, they're waving the gun around, that's one issue.
Yeah.
That's problematic in and of itself. If it happens to come out that, they're a gun enthusiast, they have, they carry their gun wherever they go, and for whatever reason, then you have to kind of sort through that.
I mean, obviously Cheryl says, that's not what we want. I'm super cool. If I saw somebody with a weapon, I would just say, I'm not comfortable with this. How about you put that away?
My wife tells a story about several years ago. She went to a lunch with a number of her friends. There were 9 women around this table, and the topic packing heat came up. And one by one, every woman at that table except for her said, yeah, I got a gun in my purse. Yeah. They were all packing heat. So it's more common here in Tennessee than it is in California for people to be carrying guns around. So it's, it is possible, and I forget exactly what the circumstances were where we had to deal with this a few years ago, but it was kind of in the post-COVID.
It was somebody who,
environment.
yeah, she's not here anymore, or the student minister person, but she went to meet with her care receiver. I think the person just said, or showed her or something, right?
May have brought it out.
Or something, yeah.
That's where I would say, I'm not really comfortable with that. Can you put that back in your car? And then we can have a conversation. Otherwise, I need to leave. That's what I would do.
And ultimately, in that case, leadership got involved because the care receiver wouldn't comply.
Yep,
Said, no, I'm bringing this.
that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay, but I would end that relationship.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everybody doesn't need to be
Nope.
in a relationship.
No.
I mean,
Where they're
you know.
uncomfortable.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right.